That time is 11 o'clock on this late Sunday night, September 1st, 2019. It is time now for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news on this late Sunday night, September 1st, 2019. Good to be everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It's 11 o'clock on this late Sunday night, and we have a temperature of 56 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news. It's late Sunday night is Hurricane Dorian strikes Bahamas. Homes severely damaged, cars overturned, power lines down. We'll have more on that of Hurricane Dorian on the weather segment of the Peter Channel. 11 o'clock news in a couple of minutes, but now. Trump steers clear of background checks as possible social and guns. Trump says trade talks still planned for September after China tariffs go into effect. One wounded in Walmart shooting in Hobart, Indiana. 2 in custody. Time's up. Frustrated Democrats urge McConnell finally bring America's gun debate to the second floor. Trump says he's sure he has ever heard about a Category 5 hurricane. Trump claims he's to enforce people violating confidentiality agreements. Among the Texas shooting victims, a high school student, a beloved uncle of father 2. Texas gun laws were loosened one day after a shooter killed 7 in Odessa. A U.S. medical during the internship was among those killed in West Texas shooting. Hong Kong protesters target airport, but planes keep flying. Brexit 20 Tory MPs warned not to rebel against government. Taliban strikes second city amid peace talks with the U.S. Hezbollah, Israel exchange rocket fire near Lebanon. Not a couple of sent to local hospital following stabbings and apparent domestic dispute. Robert man arrested for OUI after crashing with juvenile in car. Asbestos forcing relocation of classrooms at the area Yale School in Norton. Route 24 chase reaches 110 miles per hour car crash in West Bridgewater. U.S. stock features fall as new turf stock in global outlook. Volkswagen raises the way owners after overstated fuel economy figures on 98,000 vehicles. Asteroid danger 1% to the back of the space activities. Alerts in life for death warning. China's Changport mission finds Jolak substance on the far side of the moon. Clock sticking on New York deadlines for student vaccinations. Arnold's live longer, steady finds, and a positive outlook is teachable, and doctors fear vaping for blamed for spike in lung illnesses. Okay, looking at news from the wires. Taliban attacked second Afghan city, U.S. city, says it's near a peace deal. Hong Kong protesters shut down transport from airport. U.S. troops on 50% on atoms equivalent food imported from China went into effect on Sunday. Mandatory evacuations were ordered for Sunday for parts as Hurricane Dorian made landfall in the Bahamas of the Category 5 storm and then northwestward. Losing gun laws take effect to Texas Democrats call for active after mass shooting. Hazmat incident kills 1 and injures 9 at California hotel. 7 killed in West Texas shooting, suspect killed by police. A steel barricade collapsed at the Seattle Music Festival late Sunday, injuring about 25 people and sent 4 to hospital. In other news from the Edinburgh Sun Chronicle, Edinburgh's historic Blackland Mill property sold. Major water main break in Mexico proves costly. Raising awareness and talks about opioid addiction. Estelle Borges says if she's elected in November, the of Mayor Taunton, she'll start to shift the position and tax burden away from local businesses. She also want to hire more police and fire. Random Farm wins the state's best tomato contest. As police raise concern about constables sometimes high. Quincy, sober and serve as vital resource newly sober, formerly an independent life and recovery, but as opiate addiction has exploded recent years, so potentially abuse of the system. Labor Day marks 5th day of strike for Nashville trash collectors. After that in the line, Quincy Point gets attention from politicians. Peter Cholusab, 11:04, time now for sports support. Boston Red Sox over the Los Angeles Angels and Anaheim 4-3. Other scores around the major leagues: St. Louis 4, Cincinnati 3, Yankees 5, Oakland 4. Houston 2, Toronto nothing behind. Justin Verlanders 14 strikeouts and a no-hitter. Minnesota 8, Detroit 3. Tampa Bay 8, Cleveland 2. Washington 9, Marlins 3. Kansas City 6, Baltimore 4. Cubs 0, Milwaukee 4. Seattle Mariners 11, Texas Rangers 3. Pittsburgh 6, Colorado 2. San Diego 8, San Francisco 4. LA Dodgers 4, Arizona Diamondbacks 3, final 11 each. Atlanta 5, Chicago White Sox 3, and Cincinnati 5, St. Louis 3, and Phillies 5, and the Mets 2. And the Paul Sox fall to Lehigh Valley 5-2. UFC quarterback Stanley's out for the season, ACL, meniscus, and Dolphins going to make watch moves as Jalen Dolphins and linebacker keep going on to the Saints. Peter Chill News Time, 11:05. Time now for our Peter Chill Traffic and Transit Check. From the MBTA. To be real on the regular Sunday schedule on Labor Day, Monday, September 2nd. And the ferries are looking good. Oh wait, how was it always? But now it's looking good except for the Newport Bridge westbound side. Little slow. Southeast Massachusetts Cape By was on looking good. Route 1 has an northbound side, little slow between 93 Charlestown down to Revere. 93 southbound south, so after 495 and Andover. Central Mass Highways are looking good. 91 northbound side, Lowe's 1 Hadley, Massachusetts. 84 eastbound, so after Route 91 in Harvard, Connecticut. And up in Auburn, New England. Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine Highways are looking at the exterior states 8789, 91 on the southbound side, also in US Maine, Vermont, and out at 55 on the northbound side, so in South Quebec headed towards Sherbrooke. Peter Chill News Time, 11:06. Time now for a Peter Chill weather report. All right. Latest 11 p.m. advisory on Hurricane Dorian. Catastrophic Category 5. Dorian makes landfall on the eastern end of the Grand Bahama Island. 26.6 to the north, 77.9 on the west, about 55 miles east of Freeport, Gwinnett, Bahama Islands, about 130 miles, about 5 miles east of West Palm Beach water. 18 mile by winds, widths at 6 miles at a present movement, and minimum set pressure 940 millibars, 26.99 inches. A prolonged period of catastrophic winds and storm surge that affect the Abaco Islands and Grand Bahama Islands for several more hours. Everyone there should take meaning shelter and not mention the eye. Life-threatening storm surge and dangerous hurricane force winds are expected along portions of the 40 days coast about midweekend, and storm surge and the hurricane warnings in effect only a slight deviation and left in our official forecast to be the core of Dorian near over the Florida East Coast, and residents should listen to advice given by local emergency officials. There's an increasing likelihood of strong winds and dangerous storm surge along the coast of Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina later this week. Residents of areas should continue to monitor the progress of Dorian and listen to advice given by local emergency officials. And heavy rains could be with weather and life threatening and flash floods are expected over the northern portions of the Bahamas and coastal sections of the southeast and lower mid-Atlantic region over the United States by late this week. Okay, looking at our forecast, and it goes like this. Overnight, we're going to have some mostly cloudy skies with a low end mid-50s, southeast with about 5 miles an hour for Labor Day. Mostly cloudy skies that showers in the afternoon here to the mid-70s and lows in the low 60s. Southwards about 5 to 10 miles an hour, gusts of 20 miles an hour for the Chesapeake shooters. 65% for Tuesday, most nights got about 70s and the lower around 60, and northward about 5 miles are coming northeast around 5 miles in the afternoon for Wednesday, puck descent of the most skies have in the 80s and the low 60 degrees, Chesapeake shooting 40%. Thursday, puck descent of the most skies will be cooler highs in the upper 60s, lows in the 50s, and Friday, puck descent of the most skies with a 35% chance of showers and highs in the upper 60s, lows mid 50s, and for Saturday, most nights got about 70s and the low in the upper 50s, and Sunday, most nights got high in the mid 70s. And right now, knowing it's 7:55, and that's going to be for the Peter Chill. 11 o'clock news on this late Sunday night, September 1st, 2019. Peter Woods hope you have a good night. But to get by day to the North Sea, the bomb morning, but a more important. I hope you all have a good night.